You ever meet someone who just drains the life out of you? The kind of person who leaves you feeling worse after every conversation? Here's the hard truth. Some people are emotional black holes, and if you don't spot them early, they'll take everything from you. Today, we're breaking down the 6 signs of a low-value woman, not to judge, but to protect your peace. Because in Stoicism, the goal isn't to change others. It's to guard your own mind. Let's get into it. Look, this isn't about bashing anyone. It's about awareness. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we truly control is ourselves, our judgments, our actions, our reactions. But here's the problem. If you don't recognize toxic traits in others, you'll keep getting pulled into drama, chaos, and emotional traps. And let's be real, you don't have time for that. Life's too short, so today we're going deep. These 6 signs aren't just random opinions. They're patterns that Stoic philosophy warns us about. Patterns that, if ignored, will cost you your peace, your focus, and maybe even your self-respect. Here's the brutal reality. Not everyone has good intentions. Some people are stuck in cycles of negativity, and if you're not careful, they'll drag you down with them. A low-value woman, and this applies to anyone really, isn't about looks, status, or money. It's about behavior. It's about how she treats herself and others. And if you're someone who values discipline, growth, and emotional strength, these traits will clash hard with yours. The problem? Most guys ignore the red flags until it's too late. They make excuses, they hope for change, they waste years. Stoicism doesn't play that game. Stoicism says, see things as they are, not as you wish they were. So let's cut through the illusions. 1. The perpetual victim mentality. Let me paint you a picture of someone trapped in victimhood. She's the kind of person who spills coffee on her shirt and blames the universe for conspiring against her. When her job goes wrong, it's because her boss is jealous. When friendships end, it's because people can't handle her authenticity. Even in relationships, she'll say things like, all my exes were narcissists, while never examining her own role in these patterns. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. But for this woman, every minor inconvenience becomes proof that the world is unfair. Here's what's terrifying. Victimhood is addictive. When she convinces herself she's powerless, she gets to avoid responsibility. Marcus Aurelius warned about this in Meditations. The obstacle is the way. Growth comes from overcoming challenges, not complaining about them. I knew a guy dating a woman like this. Every time he tried to discuss their relationship issues, she'd burst into tears about her traumatic childhood. At first, he felt guilty, but after 2 years, he realized she wasn't looking for solutions. She wanted permanent sympathy. That's when he remembered Seneca's words. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Her victimhood wasn't about real pain. It was about avoiding accountability. The Stoic solution? You can't fix someone who profits from their suffering. Your only duty is to recognize this pattern early. As the ancient Stoics practiced, discern what's within your control, your boundaries versus what's not, her refusal to grow. 2. The bottomless pit of external validation. Imagine someone whose self-worth resets every morning based on social media notifications. She posts a bikini photo and spends the next hour refreshing for likes. If the count is low, she'll delete it and post a casual gym selfie instead. In person, she'll fish for compliments with phrases like, "Ugh, I look so ugly today," waiting for you to reassure her. This isn't just insecurity, it's emotional vampirism. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. But she needs constant approval like oxygen. I watched a friend destroy his mental health dating a woman like this. She'd flirt with other men at parties just to see if he cared. When he confronted her, she accused him of being controlling. Classic validation seeker behavior. They create drama to feel desired. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But her mind is controlled by external opinions. Here's the brutal truth. No amount of your compliments will fill that void. The Stoic approach? Value yourself enough to walk away from emotional black holes. 3. Emotional tsunamis. Picture this. You're 15 minutes late because of traffic. A healthy woman might text, "Everything okay?" But a low-value woman, she's already sent 27 messages escalating from, "Where are you?" to, "I knew you didn't love me." By the time you arrive, she's sobbing about how her father abandoned her as a child. Seneca called anger temporary madness, but for her, these outbursts are a lifestyle. The Stoics distinguished between propatheiai and eupatheiai. She's stuck in the first stage, a slave to every passing feeling. I counseled a man whose girlfriend would smash plates during arguments, then love-bomb him with gifts afterward. He kept thinking, if I just love her enough, she'll change. But the Stoics knew better. As Epictetus taught, no man is free who is not master of himself. You can't build a life with someone who's constantly hijacked by their emotions. 4. She constantly crosses your boundaries. Picture this. You tell her you need a weekend alone to recharge. Instead of respecting that, she shows up at your door unannounced with, "I just missed you so much." When you express discomfort, she cries, "Why are you pushing me away?" This isn't love, it's boundary sabotage. The Stoics were clear about personal space. Epictetus said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. A woman who tramples boundaries doesn't just disrespect your rules, she disrespects you. I knew a guy whose girlfriend would go through his phone weekly, claiming, "If you have nothing to hide, why do you care?" At first he tolerated it, but soon she was isolating him from friends, demanding he cancel plans to prove his loyalty. Here's the Stoic truth. Boundaries are the ultimate test of respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." When she dismisses your limits, she's showing you who she is, someone who values control over connection. The solution? Enforce consequences. One warning. If she violates again, walk away. As the Stoics practiced, protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. 5. Drama is her oxygen. Some people thrive in chaos. If life is calm for too long, she'll pick a fight over how you loaded the dishwasher wrong. She'll revive dead arguments just to get closure, or accuse you of cheating because you liked a coworker's photo. Normal Tuesday. Seneca warned, a gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver. Her drama isn't accidental, it's a tool. I watched a woman fake a pregnancy scare to stop her boyfriend from a business trip. When he called her bluff, she spun it into, "You'd abandon your own child?" Classic drama addict tactics. Create emergencies to feel needed. The Stoic response? Stop feeding the beast. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to not be like your enemy." When she starts a fire, don't pour gasoline. Walk outside. Gray rock her theatrics. If she can't get a reaction, she'll either escalate, revealing her true colors, or find a new audience. Either way, you win. 6. She's stagnant and proud of it. 5 years ago, she worked a dead-end job, binge-watched Netflix nightly, and complained about being stuck. Today, same job, same routine, same excuses. The only difference? Now she resents you for growing. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." But she's allergic to self-improvement. Suggest a course? I don't need that. Mention therapy? Only crazy people go. Meanwhile, she spends hours stalking exes online, convinced life happens to her. Here's the hard Stoic truth. Stagnation is a choice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." If she refuses to evolve, she'll anchor you to her sinking ship. The solution? Upgrade your circle. As the Stoics knew, you become the average of the people you tolerate. Here's the hard truth. You can't fix her. Stoicism isn't about changing others. It's about protecting your peace. If you see these signs, don't ignore them. Don't make excuses. Walk away. Because the most Stoic thing you can do, choose yourself. Let's recap. Victim mentality, validation seeking, emotional chaos, boundary pushing, drama addiction, and self-neglect. These are the signs. Not to judge her, but to free you. Because in the end, Stoicism is about one thing: living with wisdom, courage, and self-respect. And that starts with who you allow in your life. If this hit home, hit subscribe. One click and you're in.